you can continue to put trillions upon trillions. People are afraid to leave their home. They're afraid because they're afraid of the health care. I've got workers who don't have masks. I've got health care workers that don't have gowns. I've got hospitals that won't be open in another 60 days because they have no cash flow. And it looks like we're worried more about the economy than we are the health care and the well-being of the people of America. Yes, sir.
Majority Leader.
My question is, does the senator understand that even if cloture were invoked, there's still 30 more hours?
We know that, the 30 hours, I said
So
that.
in what way, I would ask my friend from West Virginia, would your side be disadvantaged by that? The American people are waiting for us to act today.
Yeah,
Senator from West Virginia.
Has laid it out very clearly, as she always does. We don't have time for this. We don't have time for it.
Let me ask you a question. On the 30 hours.
My question, in what way would the Democratic minority be
because you, the majority, you have...
Senator from West Virginia. Senator from West Virginia has the floor.
Yeah. Sir, no, anything I'm saying, 30 hours to 30 days, as long as you have the majority, 51 votes rule. So the final vote's going to be on passage, whether you have to negotiate or not with us.
The Majority Leader.
We'd have to, if my friend would deal, we'd have to get cloture again once we got on the bill. In other words, this is cloture on the motion to proceed to the bill. Let me explain it to my good friend from West
understand.
Virginia. Here's the way it works, colleagues. We have been fiddling around, as the senator from Maine pointed out,
Mr. President,
for 24 hours.
Senator from West Virginia has the floor.
Can I?
I'll be happy. I know where you're coming from on this. We just have a little different opinion about this.
I thank my friend from West Virginia. I think
the Majority Leader.
Colleagues would benefit from understanding where we are. We've been fiddling around for 2 days
if I could just make
on the motion to proceed.
Yeah.
If, my friend, if that were invoked, there's still 30 more hours post-closure on the motion to proceed. Once you get on the bill, you have to go through it again. So there's no way in which...
The Senator from West Virginia.
We should be able to get a deal that we can move forward in unanimous consent. We really should. That's what I'm hoping for, and I think we can do it. Let me go back and say where I'm coming from. My whole thing is based around the health care right now. You can't throw enough money to fix this if you can't fix the health care. If you can't give my people in West Virginia and across this country the feeling that we have a treatment and we're moving towards a vaccine, they're not leaving their homes. My restaurants aren't going to open up. So the most important thing, how do we take care against the workers that have lost their jobs, no fault of their own? Businesses have closed, same in my state as your state, no fault of their own. That's the package we had to get out. We have $160 billion moving right now. So I'm saying this, it looks like things are weighted towards the Wall Street corporation side. True or false? We're not in the front line, not one of the big four. Many of us, 100 of us, are not there negotiating at the table. Our staffs are all having input. We're working on that, but sitting there making the final decisions. This comes down, can we give the confidence that we can rise to the occasion to keep the people healthy in our states? My hospitals need to stay open. My health care workers need to be healthy. They need to be protected. And it seems like we're talking about everything else about the economy versus the health care. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. The people that aren't getting a check right now, we can get a check to them. We should. But it seems like we're more focused on the big corporations and the health care of Wall Street than we are the health care of the people in rural America and Main Street. That's the problem that I've had on this, and that's the problem that we've been talking about. So we want to fix this. I'm not talking about all the regulations you're talking about. I don't know anything about that. I will find out if it's buried in the bill, and it's not what I would approve either right now. We don't need it. But if you're giving all the preferences to the large corporations that can shield and hide and do buybacks and everything else, don't you think the American worker ought to get something or be protected some way? I think that's really what it's like. And that's what we're talking about.
Mr. Senator from
Thank you. I
Tennessee.
yield the floor.